Will 2025 be the year that we invest in better equipment?
Yes. Will 2025 be the year where we get a sponsor?
Because it didn't happen this year. Welcome to No Ordinary Friendship.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Teresa.
Let's catch up.
Woohoo! Emily, so good to see you in person again.
So good. Thank you. Today I was talking in my room to nobody, but I said, whoever is out there, thank you for letting Cassie go to school. It is also her birthday.
It is!
So if she didn't get to go to school, her mini cupcakes that I bought also would have gone to waste, or I would have to drop them off and her classmates get to eat them.
No, you could have gone like Monday, right? Celebrate a little bit later.
Yeah, but I already bought them yesterday. So I feel like by Monday they would be like stale or whatever.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah.
She made it.
She made it. Thank you. Thank you.
She's 3?
She's 3. Isn't that crazy?
You know, I just imagine Cassie as a 2-year-old.
I know. Forever 2-year-old.
Forever 2-year-old, yeah.
She's definitely, okay, this is side note. You can tell each time they get kind of sick that they are getting older. Because in the past, I feel like if she was sick and she was like coughing a lot, she would just cry. And yesterday she threw up a little bit from coughing. This time she came out calmly, came to my room and was like, Mommy, I threw up. And she was super happy. It was just like different. It's like she's not a baby. And for some reason, maybe it's all the vitamins I've been pumping into her. Every time either of them has like a little cough, a little runny nose, I'm like, zinc, vitamin C.
Every time you say pumping into them, I just imagine this industrial grade vitamin machine going into their bodies.
I wish that existed. You know, I would be like #1 in line.
You would be.
But I really think like either her body's just getting stronger or we're getting lucky, because every time I'm like, oh, this is going to be like a week-long event, it ends up being okay.
The universe
Knock on wood.
Being a little good to you right now.
Thank you, universe. I'm so grateful.
I am so grateful I finally get to see you in person.
I know.
After
it's been weeks and weeks.
2 weeks of remote.
Yes.
It's just not the same.
It really isn't. For us or for our listeners.
Or for my own editing experience. Yeah. I'm like, oh, this is boring. Just kidding, listeners. We love you. Please subscribe. Love us.
Yes, please. I hope you don't think it's boring, but we will do better this week.
All right, breaking news. Last week, Logan was sick with me for a day or two, I think. And you know, I was like, this is the time. Just give him an iPad.
Yeah.
And he also needs to build up his tolerance for screens as we're going to go on a long trip in December. And it does not come naturally to Logan at all.
Cassie
I don't know
either still.
if it's because he's a second child or something, so he's just watching Tyler a lot of the time. But he can't figure out how to not have the other part of his hand touch the screen.
Yes.
And just his pointer finger. And he literally cannot figure out any of the games. And so it was...
I mean, he's a little young for games, I feel like.
Even the easy ones where you're just drawing and scribbling.
Oh, well, that should be okay.
I was looking at it, I was like, this is not right. I gotta like find some like babyish apps for you, Logan. So he reverted back to just watching Peppa Pig for like
hours,
yeah.
That's fine. Peppa Pig seems healthy. You know, there's one on, was it the iPad or the Amazon one?
iPad.
Because on the Amazon one, if you give it another chance, there's this fun like Sesame Street cookie game that Cassie can do. Okay. And there's also a cupcake game. Basically, it's just like decorating them. Oh. But you just use your finger and you do like, you know, draw on it. And then at the end of the cookie one, you feed the cookies you made to Elmo and Cookie Monster.
That's so
cute. It's super simple, but like you could try that for Logan.
Tyler really loves those types of games. He like makes a disgusting looking pizza and then is very happy about it.
Charlie does that too.
I need to learn more about, this is like my own journey with the Amazon Kindle Fire
We need to have
Kids.
a session.
I set it up for Tyler because he's also been sick a couple days this week.
Yeah.
I was like, this is your new toy, new game, whatever. And he was pretty excited at first. And then after a while, he didn't even want to play with it.
It was so frustrating.
Maybe because I didn't like log into everything yet or not. It wasn't like set up fully, I think.
Yeah.
I really just
need to like
help.
download some stuff for him to explore.
I thought I did. I guess I didn't.
Okay. We'll see.
Okay.
Kind of crazy. Charlie, maybe we've given her too much screen time. She doesn't need our help like at all with her Amazon thing anymore. She knows how to like swipe up to get out of a game, go into a new one, and like she's good. Yeah.
Good to go.
But I bet if you gave her an iPad, she'd be like, what is this?
Oh.
Because it's a little different, right?
Building her up to be an Android person.
Not intentionally. I'm just cheap. The next one is mine. I have very exciting news. There was this raffle at Charlie's school. They had a golf tournament, which got postponed, but you could buy raffle tickets.
Golf tournament for who? The kids?
It was like adults. Okay. Like a fundraiser. And I bought 10 raffle tickets, but there were like probably over 1,000 total raffle tickets purchased across parents. And they announced, they did the drawing this week at morning assembly, which I go to every morning with Charlie at drop-off. And there were 4 prizes. The first 3 all went to 5th graders. And in my head, I was like, this is rigged. Because the 5th graders weren't even the top class that sold raffle tickets. It was like 8th grade or something. Okay. And the 4th prize, they were about to announce it, and in my head, I was like, they're going to say Charlie. It's like, it's going to be us. And it was us!
That's crazy!
And it was for $1,500.
Wow!
Which is like what I wanted to win.
What
Cash.
Wow! You go to a rich ass school.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It must be donors or something.
Wait, but I don't understand. What were the top 3 prizes?
One was like a VR bundle. One was like a bunch of gift cards to the Hillsdale Mall, like restaurants and escape room.
But $1,500 cash is way better.
Another one was like, you don't have to do your volunteer hours for the school year, and you get a dedicated parking space.
Oh, that's a good one.
Which I kind of wanted that too, but I've already done half of my volunteer hours, so I was like, I'm not going to use that. Okay. Maybe next year. Yeah. When I know about it.
Wait, but these are like 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place?
They're just all different raffles. So you could select where you want to put your tickets in, basically. Like, what do you want to buy for?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's not like you're eligible for all of them, but you put your money. Yeah. I bet a lot of people put their money or put their tickets for the $1,500 cash too. One. So what are you going to do with all this extra cash?
I've been feeling very generous to myself. Bought a matcha latte.
Oh, I love it. From Groovy Goose. How did you scream?
I didn't, but they also like, for some reason, I think maybe it was connected to my PayPal or something. It was my maiden name, so they were like, Emily. There was a long pause. They're they're like, Haseo. And then I was like, wait, that's my name. And then they're like, the Lee household or whatever. So I was like, oh, that's Charlie. Because everyone was like, who is that?
How many kids are in the assembly? Or how many people
all
attend?
K through 8th grade. It's really for the kids. But like a lot of, I think, kindergarten parents come and just stay. It's only like 5 minutes usually. It's K through 8. Each grade, I think, has 2 classes. So it's like a good amount of people. Yeah.
What do they do during morning assembly?
They do prayer. They start the morning with prayer. They do announcements. They usually will announce birthdays. And then if there's like, they sometimes will do like a fact of the day or whatever. It's like the 8th grade student council leads it.
Oh, because it's a K through 8 school.
Yeah. So, yeah, we won.
Congrats.
And then Victor was like, why can't you manifest something bigger, like the lottery?
Baby steps, Victor.
I'm building up to it, right?
And manifesting the lottery didn't work this past year, so...
No. Maybe next year. Yeah. Oh, yes, listeners, we're planning to recap our 2024 bingo predictions. Yeah. Which we think were all wrong.
No.
Or didn't happen, but in the next couple of weeks, we'll be doing that.
Yes. After we listen to that episode and try to remind ourselves what the hell we said. I went to a new pediatrician since we moved down here, and it was a very different experience.
Interesting.
From what I'm used to in San Francisco, which is at UCSF. Mm-hmm. It is a teaching hospital and affiliated with UCSF Medical School, but it's run like a machine over there, a pretty well-oiled machine, but, I went to this small practice. I called. Somebody picked up. It wasn't like...
That is my dream, actually.
It was kind of crazy. And it was easy to schedule appointments. And the best part was they are affiliated with UCSF. Oh, I feel like that is the best sweet spot because they were easily able to get all of our medical records as well.
Nice.
But I went with a pediatrician. Or I found them because of location and convenience. But I really wanted this other pediatrician that got really good reviews online. But ended up... She's obviously all book or only takes newborns. So I got this other guy. And there's like really nothing out there on him. He's much more established. And I was like, whatever. Like, we'll just see how it goes.
Like he's older?
He's a bit older. But when I met him, I was like, I like you. He had fairly good bedside manner. And he wasn't super warm and fuzzy the way a lot of female pediatricians I feel like are.
Yeah.
But he asked the right questions. He seemed to care, and he seemed to be very knowledgeable. And for me, I was just like, okay, like don't go with everything you read online.
Yeah.
'Cause sometimes people that don't have good reviews or even mediocre reviews, it's probably just not the right fit. Like he's been doing this for a while, and
or people are looking for a certain type.
Yeah. And he seemed pretty open-minded with a lot of different things that my previous pediatricians had told us to do.
Oh, okay.
He may not have agreed with them, but he gave me both sides, which I really appreciated. And yeah, I was pleasantly surprised.
Nice. Honestly, that is the biggest flex, that you can call and someone just picks up.
Yeah.
Because that is one of my, like, I already hate talking on the phone, period, right? But to get in touch with my office, I think is impossible right now.
Yeah.
Because you have to go through their main calling. It's like Sutter Health.
Yes.
Their main calling system. You talk to a random person. They're like, let me check what's available. And it's like, why can't I just talk to my office?
Literally, why can't we do online scheduling? Like,
yeah. Well, you can, but then they always hide some appointments for these urgent things.
Right.
And it's just like so annoying when you're already stressed about your kid. Like
Totally.
if you're in that situation. And sometimes because of that, I just go to urgent care, like not in my network or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, it's such a different experience.
Okay. Guess how much? I went on like a shopping and lunch date with our good friend.
Okay.
And at Valley Fair. And I've been on the hunt. I know sweaters do make me itchy, so I can't get the most fashionable sweaters that everybody's wearing. But there was this beautiful cashmere sweater at Club Monaco, which, I haven't been in years.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, cool. And they were like having a like 40% off everything sale. I was like, this is so pretty. Guess how much it was?
Gosh, Club Monaco's pricey.
I didn't realize that.
And it's like in their new collection.
I guess so. Just not in the sale.
$375.
$5.95. Like, to me, I wouldn't even have
cashmere, I
thought
guess.
a sweater would start with a 5. Like, at most,
I know, and it's
2,
Club Monaco
3.
too.
Yeah,
Is
it's
this
not like Gucci.
Yeah, and is it the best cashmere out there?
I do not know. It was like, must be like famous little mice sewed it or something.
What was so nice about the sweater though?
It had like kind of that cable knit, like a big, almost chunky cable knit look to it.
Chunky cashmere.
But then it also was like, just looked very smooth and soft. I mean, it was pretty, but
not for that
no,
price tag.
There's no way.
Not even with 40%
Not
off.
even with 40%. I need like 90% off.
Did you try it on though?
No, of course not. It deterred me.
That is kind of shocking though. It's Club Monaco, for goodness sake.
I know. I mean, Club Monaco to me is like in the same like horizontal scale as like Kate Spade, let's say.
Okay,
or
yeah.
Tory Burch.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect a piece of clothing to be that much.
I think, well, Tory Burch or Kate Spade, I feel like they would have expensive stuff.
$5.95.
But it's cashmere.
Okay, I don't know.
Okay.
I guess I don't know the worth of cashmere.
Well, even a no-name brand like Macy's Charter Club or whatever. I guess that's a little bit of a brand, but it's like super, super thin cashmere. It's like over $100.
Oh, I guess it was thick. It was thick. Maybe it's 5 of those. Okay, this one, I forget if I learned this on TikTok, and it's not really it is kind of a guess how much. It's not guess how much it costs.
Okay.
So apparently, the IRS, if you report someone, they will give you some of the money they collect from that person.
Wait, report someone for what? Tax evasion?
Yeah. I remember now. Someone on TikTok, there was like a troll who commented on her. It was like during the election results, and people were very like heated and sided or whatever with tax stuff. This TikTok creator, someone commented, was like, I haven't paid my taxes in years, so it doesn't affect me, something like that. She looked him up with his profile picture and reported him to the IRS for saying that. But anyway, then she was like, maybe I looked it up, or someone said in the other comments, like, the IRS will actually give you a share of what they collect from that person. It's kind of like a referral bonus.
Yeah.
But guess how much?
It's like Citizens Watch.
Guess how much?
Like what percentage?
Yeah, what percentage?
5%.
15 to 30%.
Who's evading their taxes out there?
Let's go interview people on the streets.
Wait, what are the consequences though if you don't pay your taxes? Besides the fact that you accrue interest, but you never pay.
Oh, whatever you didn't pay.
There's definitely interest. Do they actually come find you? Because that person hasn't paid their taxes.
I kind of want to know what happened.
And what is the threshold? When do they bring out the big guns and come?
I don't know.
Drag you to jail.
But I just thought that was crazy. That's very generous, IRS. I'm pretty sure people would do it for 5%.
I would.
Okay, Build-A-Bear, different topic. We celebrated Cassie's birthday early, and I didn't do a birthday party for her. Instead, to appease my mom guilt, I did a little celebration with my family. So my parents and my brother's family, we went and ate dim sum, and then we took the kids to Build-A-Bear.
Fun.
How much do you think a Build-A-Bear runs these days? There is a range, but on average.
I will tell you, I have never been to a Build-A-Bear.
I still remember someone gave you a Build-A-Bear in high school.
He kept
someone who loved you.
No, I had a friend gave it to me every single year for my birthday. I know on your birthday month, you get it for the price, the actual,
yes,
right?
If you're under 14, you pay the dollars that equals your age.
Okay.
But it's only this kind of ugly birthday bear that qualifies for.
Oh, yeah. I see. What does she get? A Bluey or a Bingo?
She got a Pikachu.
Oh,
Three of them got a Pikachu.
That sounds
they were
pricey.
just copying each other. Yeah. Guess how much the Pikachu was?
Just the base?
Yes.
No clothing?
Yes.
30?
It was 40.
Oh my God.
And then add on, I let each of them pick 2 accessories. Cassie freaking picked this huge stuffy car that was $30. I was like, damn, she knows how to game
It's her
the
birthday.
system.
It's her birthday.
I couldn't say no.
Wait, that is, I guess they got to pay those
Isn't
licensing
that crazy?
fees? Yes.
Build-A-Bear is genius because it's literally a stuffy. All they do is they fill it there and they can charge
make you
so
fill
much. Yeah, they make you step on the pedal.
That is, I think back in our day, the max it would be was $30 for the whole set, accessories and everything.
It's too much now. So for 4 kids, I ended up still paying $200. And I'm like, well, that's halfway to a birthday party.
No, it's not. It's still cheaper.
You're right.
I guess I'm not taking my kids to Build-A-Bear anytime
Just on
soon.
their birthday. It's actually your birthday month.
And you only get the semi-ugly bear, guys.
Yes, but still, for a 3-year-old, that's $3. It's still worth it.
Definitely. Okay, pop culture.
Yes.
Emily, you talked about this last week, but I watched the Martha documentary after you talked about it, and it is so good. I had to bring it up.
I'm so glad you liked it.
I loved it. She's such a badass bitch, and I have so much respect for her. I just cannot believe,
But okay, she produced this, right? I think. So I'm like, oh, she knows how to sell her story and set things straight.
Yeah. I think that's fair, but she also gave up some really raw letters that she wrote to that make her seem kind of crazy as
and
well.
Also showed when she was rude in front of the camera and she didn't edit that out too.
Yeah.
If you're the boss, sometimes I think you do have to be harsh.
Yeah.
And call out people when they're incompetent. And unfortunately, most of us are not allowed to do that.
Because we're not the boss. Sorry. Yeah, so she is a badass. I highly, highly recommend.
Okay, that is 2 thumbs up from Emily and Teresa.
So
on separate occasions.
On Netflix, you could say like it, didn't like it, or loved it. Yeah. I was loving it, and I never rate those things, but I wanted to bring it back or bring me similar things back. I watched it with Steven, and he is addicted to his phone when he's watching stuff, but he wasn't on his phone the whole time.
Nice.
He was like, that was so good.
And also there's enough of that whole business aspect that I feel would really appeal to Steven. Not the personal life story part.
The jail part was really interesting too, and I thought there would be more to Snoop Dogg, and I didn't realize the Justin Bieber roast was the beginning of it all. Yeah. I didn't even know
I didn't tell you about that so that you had something to look forward to.
But you were so right about the reason she went to jail. It was such a stupid
She was
one.
A scapegoat.
She truly was. And it goes back to, right after that, we watched the Menendez Brothers, which...
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Made me feel icky in 20,000 ways, 20,000 different ways. I wouldn't...
You don't recommend it?
I think it's a very well-produced documentary, and there's a couple of them. You have to find the right one.
Is it on Netflix?
I think it's on Netflix, too. I think it played right after Martha.
Oh.
But it also has to do with... Well, there are elements of it that also has to do with our justice system. And I was like... our justice system exists, but it does not work for everyone. Like for Martha Stewart, you should not be given preferential treatment if you are a celebrity, but you shouldn't be treated worse because you're a celebrity. And clearly that's what happened in her case. And the Menendez brothers, that was just really heartbreaking, really disgusting.
I actually don't know very much about it. I only heard them talk about it on Giggly Squad a little bit. So it sounds like they were sexually abused by their parents.
Yes.
But then they also
they were
their parents?
Mostly sexually abused by their father, they were very wealthy. Everyone thought that they killed their parents for money. The mom knew about everything but didn't protect her kids.
Oh my gosh.
And the way that they were describing it in court, they had 2 trials. I'm just spoiling everything for you.
That's okay.
They had
I spoiled
2
it for
trials.
you and you still liked it, so I have faith.
The first one was like they had all of this commentary in there about the sexual abuse. Stuff that like people just didn't know.
Yeah.
And really at that time like didn't fully understand or even empathize with.
Yeah.
And then that ended up being what is it?
Like a mistrial
mistrial is a hung jury. So like all the women. So I think it was just 2 choices. It could be first degree murder or manslaughter. So manslaughter is like at a lower level, lower jail time. All the women were like, it's manslaughter. All the men were like, it's murder.
Oh, wow.
So they couldn't reach an agreement. They debated for a month.
Oh my gosh.
They had a whole nother trial. The judge was essentially incentivized in some way. It was really his ego. Like something happened with OJ just happened. OJ was acquitted also recently as well.
Yeah.
So that kind of fed into the Menendez brothers, which was also a very high profile case at the time. And so they didn't allow for a lot of the evidence, a lot of the commentary, a lot of the testimonies to come through, even from their own family that said that like they were sexually being assaulted.
Yeah.
They had said certain things to me when they were very young. Aww. It was just very, very sad. They've been in jail for 30 years. They were separated. And when the sons, one of them like testified, there's video, like raw footage of it. It is so, so disturbing. I felt so icky. Steven wanted to watch it. I kept like kicking him because I was like, I don't want to watch this. But it's also very good because it's the truth. Like it is what their story is. Like it got into such graphic detail on what their father made them do.
Oh my gosh.
Ugh. He's truly a monster that honestly deserved to die.
There really are such horrible people out there.
And the prosecutor then was also interviewed for this documentary. And even to this day, doesn't have any empathy for them.
Oh my gosh.
She was very off-putting. And there were also a lot of people interviewed at the time. They're like, well, they did the crime. And it was so black and white to them. Like, they got to serve the time if they did the crime.
It is kind of interesting because the justice system is black and white. Like, if you did it, but people aren't. Or, like, life isn't black and white. And sometimes they have a good reason.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, that should come into account. Like, it should count for something, right?
It should count for something. Or it should be part of the
So what's
process.
happening now? Like, why has this all come to light? Are they up for potentially getting out of prison?
So apparently, even in the documentary, I don't know how the Menendez brothers like became so popular, but in the documentary, they say it's because of TikTok. There was a TikTok movement, and also the way that people have learned more about child sexual abuse, especially within little boys. Like Oprah did this whole, I guess, groundbreaking episode with it. Not them specifically, but just about little boys that were abused. The perception of it has changed over time. And so eventually they were able to be in the same prison together because of public perception changing. But yeah, it was TikTok that brought it to light. They were going to get out, but with the recent... I actually went on TikTok to see like what was the old stuff that was happening, and people were like so excited that they were like potentially going to be getting out. The judge reviewed it and all that. But then with the recent election cycle, like somebody new came in to the LA position, and he was like, I don't know, I'm going to have to review everything. So everything is pushed back again.
Yeah, I had only just heard of the Menendez brothers, and I didn't know much about them at all.
I think one of the other documentaries is called Monster or something like that.
Oh,
and
okay, I've heard of that.
They are not the monsters. The father is the monster.
Yeah.
And the mom is a...
I can't believe she just stood by. Like, don't you have the mama bear instincts to protect your kids?
It was strange. Like, something about the money, I think, also has money and power.
Always.
And an ego.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Right.
that was a big downer, but
yeah, coming down from Martha.
I was so hyped. I was like, yeah, let's watch another documentary. And then Steven's like, oh, I heard a lot about the Menendez brothers.
Womp womp.
And then he apologized to me afterwards.
That's like when I went to watch, what was it? Black Swan. I didn't know that was what it was like, and I had to apologize to the
Natalie
people
Portman?
I brought to the movie theater. I was like, I came out just like, I don't know what to do right now. I'm very disturbed.
Yes.
I thought it was about dancing.
That's a good word for it. It's very disturbing. And makes me very sad for them.
Okay, I'm not sure if I'm going to watch it based on what you just told me.
Okay, Mattel and Wicked.
Oh.
Have you seen this?
Yes, I cannot believe, as a former brand manager, like, I do not think this would have happened under my watch. That's all I can say. But tell the listeners what happened.
Okay, Mattel came out with a new Wicked Barbie doll, right?
Yeah, a line of them. It's not just one.
There's a website on the box, but it directs them to a porn site instead of like the Wicked movie site.
Yep.
I think it was like wicked.com. I think it's a porn site, and it should have been wickedmovie.com.
I wonder if anybody got fired over that. I mean, it's an innocent mistake.
I can understand how it happened.
But like, did nobody know what the website was, you know?
Yeah.
Or what if they were planning to use wicked.com or something and never were able to like acquire it or something? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't gone to wicked.com. I don't know.
I don't want to go.
Sounds like it's drastically different from what they expected.
I honestly, though, I am loving all of the stuff on TikTok of people singing from Wicked because I love Wicked.
I cannot wait for the movie to come out.
Should we go watch it together?
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Do you think our kids would like it?
I don't think so.
Also, I learned from TikTok that it's actually a 2-part. So it's not the full thing. I don't know how they stretch it. Because someone was like, oh, didn't realize they're doing a Hunger Games treatment or something. Because, you know, like the last one was split into 2.
Wait, what?
So you're not even going to get to hear all of the songs.
So when is the second part coming out?
I don't know. I don't even know if it's been made.
What?
I know.
So it's like going to go all the way up to intermission?
Yeah, probably. That's a good way of putting it.
That sucks.
Yeah. Sorry to burst your bubble.
You're sure?
Yeah. I'm sure.
Not a fan.
I'm sure unless like 5 people on TikTok lied to me.
Okay, let's go look into Showtimes because I really do want to watch it.
Me too. This is a little bit old, but it's been served to me a lot this week. Have you heard of the viral Dubai chocolate?
Yes, like months ago.
Yeah, but have you tried it?
Oh, no, I have not.
I really want to try it now. And they sell it on the TikTok shop, but it's like $20 for like a bar. And I'm like, that's like a cashmere sweater. That's $600.
Wait, it's how much is it?
So I feel like I need to find a local producer of it. Like $20 for one bar. So listeners, there's this chocolate that's trending that I don't even know what it is. It's some sort of pistachio filling, but it almost looks like a crispy bird's nest type thing, you know?
Yeah.
Not a bird's nest, but
like a wafer crunchiness texture.
Yeah.
It's hard to say because I haven't tried it either. But a lot of people do taste test reviews on it.
And they rave about it.
And they break it so you can see the inside.
I really want some. If anybody's listening and wants to send it to us.
I have never tried looking it up.
I did a quick Yelp search yesterday, and there are a few, I'm guessing, kind of like Middle Eastern cafes or whatever. The ones that kind of sell like baklava.
Yeah.
I don't want to get this wrong, but I think they might have it.
Oh.
Or like cafes in that.
There's one in our local downtown.
Is there?
Mm-hmm. They sell lots of baklava, so I think
Should we search it?
Okay, let's go search afterwards.
Okay. Last thing, super random, but do you know who Kyle Mclachlan is?
No.
That means you didn't click on the link I sent you.
Okay,
today.
hold on. I clicked on the link and I was like, who the hell is this?
You don't know who that is?
I have no, and then I clicked on his profile and I was like, who the hell is
It's
this?
Trey from Sex and the City. Trey McDougal.
What? He's gained weight. He's aged.
He's definitely aged. But I gotta tell you, I hated Trey as a character on Sex and the City. I love Kyle McLachlan. He's just like so goofy, like doing what the hell he wants on TikTok, having a ball.
Wait, what is he up to now?
I have no idea, but he's making TikToks. And they're just really funny. Like, he's actually just like a really funny guy.
He doesn't even look like himself.
I could tell it was him.
Okay, maybe because I didn't know he was Trey. But like, how did you first get...
It just got served to my FYP.
Like, what was the...
I forget, honestly. But he's just funny. He makes fun of himself and like who he was on Sex and the City.
I really hated him on Sex and the City.
Yeah, he was like very...
He was so gross.
Annoying. Yes, gross is the perfect word. But Kyle Mclachlan is not gross, is all I'm saying.
Is he American?
I think so.
Okay.
That's all I got to say about that. Go look him up if you're on TikTok, friends.
Alrighty.
Family wellness, or should we stop?
Can you just tell me the TikTok motion sickness hack?
Yeah, so on TikTok I saw, and listeners, I'd be curious if any of you have tried this because it sounds so simple, but people in the comments were like, this works, I do it. And I think it's really hard to say because sometimes you just don't know, would I have gotten motion sick without it?
Right.
But it's super simple. I think you should try it if you're ever going somewhere. You just put a Band-Aid over your belly button. That's a trick. And the only reason I believe it is the whole like acupressure points. You know how people wear the acupressure bands on their wrists? Maybe this is something similar because people quote unquote swear by it. And so this woman, her kid gets car sick, so she puts like a Band-Aid on his belly button before like they put him in the car seat.
But okay, I understand the acupressure bands because there's something pushing down on certain parts of your wrist. What does the Band-Aid do?
I wonder if it's like slightly closing your belly button, you know, like pushing it together.
Okay.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. Try it.
So it's more preventative than it doesn't like remediate?
No, correct. I think you need to do it from the start.
Okay.
But how do the bands work? Is that the same thing? It's preventative?
The bands do not work for me.
Another thing, I forget what it was, related to lemons or something.
Like smell lemon?
Yeah.
Smell the lemon rind? I don't know. All these hokey pokey things do not work for people like me, I think.
Try it though.
Okay, I will try it. I don't know when I'm getting on a boat next to try this.
I mean, do you ever get motion sickness like on planes when it's like turbulent or something?
No, I don't.
Oh, that's good.
Not anymore, at least. But the boats, 100% I will get motion sickness, seasickness. So I'll try it next time if I'm forced to be on a boat.
Okay.
Remind me, though.
I will try. I will wrap up a little Band-Aid for you in a bow for your trip.
I'll need a couple.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, that's all the time.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.